All right, today's karate class, we're going to start off with a warm up, get you moving. We're going to work on some punching skills. We're going to work on your front kick, round kick, hook kick. We're going to work on your horse stance. After that, we're going to go over your one step hands techniques, work on a jumping kick. We'll review the form that we did last week. I'll teach you the new part later this week. And then we're going to have a challenge. Our challenge today is called a wall sit. All right, as usual, we're going to start off with 25 jumping jacks. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Good. Now lay down your stomachs. Now we're going to do 10 push-ups. Put your hands right by your side. Put your feet down. Pull your toes back. Get ready. Push up. Say 1, back down. 2, and down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. 9, down. Last one, 10. Hold it there and down. Great. Now stand up. Good. Now step out into a ready position. Put your right leg back in a fighting stance. You're going to start with your front hand. We're going to jab, then we're going to cross. You're going to say Tia, Tua. Ready? 1, Tia, Tua. 2, 3, Tia, Tua. Keep your hands up. 4, 5, Tia, Tua. 6, 7, Tia, Tua. 8, 9, 10, Tia, Tua. Good. Switch your feet. Now you start with the other hand. Tia. Your back hand is going to say Tua and come back. Stay with me. Ready? 1, Tia, Tua. 2, 3, 4, Tia, Tua. Keep your hands up. 5, Tia, Tua. 6, Tia, Tua. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Come back to attention. All right, now we're going to work on our front kick. All right, first step out into your ready position, chumbi. Good. Put your right leg back behind you, fighting stance. Remember to keep the whole time, whether you're getting ready, you're between kicks, in the middle of your kick, make sure you keep your hands up by your head, elbows in, good guard position. So front kick is up chicky. Say up chicky, up chicky. Good. One more time. Say up chicky. Good. Up chicky is front kick. We're going to take our back leg or right leg. You're going to bend your knee, kick straight in front of you, and when you're done, put it in front. There's 4 parts to every kick. There's the chamber, the extension or the kick, retraction or bend it back, and then the fourth part is set down. So to do a really good front kick, we're going to do this together. Let's do the chamber or bend your knee, kick, retract it, and then set it down. And for now, we're going to set in front. So this time, bend your knee, Tia, and set down. Let's try to get one more in. Ready? Tia. Good. If you have enough room, we could do more, but right now I want you to step backward. We're going to do 4 more. Ready position? Right leg back fighting stance. We're going to go a little faster. Kick 1, Tia. Don't take big steps. Take small steps for now. Tua. Good. Tia. Remember, keep your feet straight up. Don't let it turn over to the side. Asa. Good. And so remember, with the front kick, the last thing you have to remember is that when we do the kick, we don't hit with anything. We hit with the bottom part of our foot under the toes, called the ball of the foot. So when you're trying to do those kicks, especially if you're going to start practicing hitting a target or something like that, we want to make sure that your toes pull back and that you hit under your toes so it doesn't hurt your toes. Good. Now we're going to work on the roundhouse kick. The roundhouse kick is called Tolio Cheki. Say Tolio Cheki. Tolio Cheki. Yep, one more time. Tolio Cheki. Good. Tolio Cheki is a round kick. Some people call it a roundhouse kick. It's not 2 separate kicks. It's the same exact kick, a round kick or a roundhouse kick. So start off, step out in your ready position. Get your feet ready. Hands by your side. Put your right leg back, fighting stance. So your foot is back, your knees are bent, your hands are up in the guard position. Now to do a roundhouse kick or a round kick, I'm going to bring my knee around. I'm going to point my toes, and I'm going to bring the other part of my leg straight across. Do a kick. I always say this is like slapping somebody in the face, but with your foot. And right now we're just doing the air anyway. But take your back leg. You're going to bring your knee around. You're going to kick straight across and set down. Good. So let's work on the parts of it. Stay right there. Now we're going to use the other leg. What I want you to do is I want you to chamber. Once you get your knee chambered and you bring your leg across, that's when we extend our kick out. Don't try to kick right away. We want to chamber and get our kick up, or foot up, or leg up. And then we kick, rechamber, and then set down. All right, so that'll be number 2. Now let's do the third one really fast. Kick Tia. Good. Make sure you're bending your knee and make sure that you're extending out really fast. So you're bending your knee. Last one, Asa. Good. Now let's go back. Again, you might have enough room, but I would just want to start over, make sure everybody does. So do a ready position. Right leg back fighting stance. Go a little faster. Kick number 1. Ready? Tia. The other foot, Tua. Other foot, Tia. And last one, Tua. Good. And with the roundhouse kick, we want to make sure that we're hitting with the top part of our foot. It's called the instep. Some people call it the flat part of the foot. The flat part of your foot, sometimes people misunderstand, and it's down closer to the toes. It's actually the part of your foot that's directly below your ankle. So wherever your ankle is, there's a series of bones. There's a section of bones right there. That's where we want to hit with the roundhouse kick. You can even hit with your shin if you hit a big or heavy target. All right, but right now, bring your leg across, point your toes. And there are some instances when we hit something really hard, like if I was breaking a board or bricks, I would pull my toes back and hit with the ball of foot, but I don't want you to do that for right now. Now we're going to work on the hook kick. All right, the hook kick is called Hariocheki. Hariocheki. One more time, say Hariocheki. Good. So the hook kick, the Hariocheki, is kind of almost the reverse of a roundhouse kick. Instead of kicking out to strike, you actually stick your foot up and then pull it back. All right. So let me show you. Let's start off with the ready position. Put your feet apart. Do your chumbi. Good. Put your right leg back in a fighting stance. Good. Now the back leg, what we're going to do is we're going to put it out straight, right toward me. All right. So your right leg is going to go toward me, but actually just a tiny little bit off to the side. All right. So if it's your right leg, you're going to go a little tiny bit this way. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick your foot up, and then you're going to bend it and hook it back across. You want to imagine that you're putting your foot up and you're actually snaking your foot around and hitting the side of a person, maybe the back of their head, maybe dragging, holding onto their arm and dragging it down. But let's start the other leg. You're going to put your foot out straight, this time a little bit this way, and then we hook straight across, and then we set down. One thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to bring your foot up so high that when you bring it across, it actually comes downward, right? We don't want that. It's got to go straight across. So you put your hands up, you chamber your foot across, hook straight across. 1, good. And we got one more practice. Get ready. Pick your foot up, hook across. 2, good. So that's called a hook kick. And like I said, it's really good for dragging onto people's arms and pulling their arms down so it's not in guard position. They're no longer protecting themselves. We can follow up with other kicks. We might do one of those combinations in these drills later. All right, so let's start from ready position. Right leg back. We're going to go 4 more, just a little faster. Pick your foot up. Hook kick number 1. Ready? Go. Tia. Now the other foot. Tua. Good. Remember, take small steps. Tia. Good. And last one. Tua. Good. Straight across. And when we hit with the hook kick, you can hit with the flat part on the bottom of your foot, or you can hit with your heel. It depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to hit really hard, breaking a board or a brick, I would definitely hit with the back of the heel. If you're trying to drag, you would kind of hit with your heel, but then extend your toes more. So the softer part was arched outward, and use that to kind of hook and pull so the person can get their head out of the way. So it depends on what you're using it for, but typically we hit with the back of the heel or the flat part on the bottom of the foot. Now we're going to work on horse stances. A horse stance in Korean is called kima jase. Kima jase means horse stance. Jase is horse stance, and kima means horse. So kima jase, a horse stance, is very strong to the side. Each of the stances, each of the way we stand is good for something or other. A front stance is very strong to the front. A fighting stance is good for being offensive, switching between offense and defense. So it's good for fighting. And a horse stance is really good for techniques that you need to the side, or power or pressure to the side. So if you're ever trying to be strong to the side, a horse stance is the way to go. All right. So what I want you to do is let's work on this. So start off with the ready position. The horse stance is your feet should be about double shoulder width apart. Double shoulder width means that the width of my shoulders is a certain distance, right? And you want to go about 2 times the amount of where you were a second ago. All right. So now both your feet should be out, right? Make sure that they're straight. As with our front stance, it's important that your toes face the same direction. Your feet are all going the same way, and they're not twisted or tilted outward at an angle at all. We don't want them angled. We want them as straightforward as possible. All right, now from here, we're going to chamber our hands, and I want you to just bend your knees like you're sitting on something. When we sit down, we want to make sure that you don't let your head and shoulders go forward, or your bottom of your rear end to go backward, right? We want to go like this, and we want to go straight down. So go ahead, stand back up. Put your feet a little tiny bit apart if you felt like you had to lean forward. Now bend. Good. So back up. If you need to put your feet out a little tiny bit further, go ahead. But only if you feel like you couldn't go down without leaning forward, right? If your knees start to tip inward, this is not a good horse stance. You're putting your legs too far apart. So then if that's the case, I want you to start bringing them in just a tiny, tiny bit at a time. All right, so now bend your knees. Ready, sit down. Back up. Ready, down. And back up. One more time, down. Stay right there for a second. And back up. All right, now you might have felt it a little bit in your knees. You probably felt it on the inside of your leg muscles here and separately on the outside of your leg muscles here or up through the top. That's really great. All right, a good horse stance, like I said, is strong to the side because once I'm here, I can push one way. So, right, bend your knees, put your feet straight, bend your knees. All right, now I want you to just push one way and now go back to normal and push the other way and come back to normal. I should be able to kind of hit kind of hard if somebody tried to run into me. If I'm in a horse stance, I can push, right? If I had my foot like this in a front stance and they ran to the side of me, I'm going to tip over, right? So from here, bend your knees, ready, push, come back, and then push, and come back to the middle. Now stand up, all right? So when we're in the horse stance, we go straight down. We want to have strength to the side. We don't have very much strength front to back. If somebody were to come up and push me, right, from the back, I might lean forward. If they push my chest, I might fall backward pretty easily, right? It's not strong from the front and back, right? But if we need to be strong to the side, we can. So bend your knees, back up, and bend them farther, and back up. Now we're going to stay down for 10 seconds. Ready? Stay down there really low, right? See how close you can get your belt to the floor while keeping your head up. Look at me. Look at me. Bend your knees. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Stand up. Good. Bring your legs in. And that was a horse stance. Remember, that's called Kima Jase. Now we're doing number 16, one-step sparring hand techniques. Let's start from ready position. I want you to imagine the person's punching at your nose. What we're going to do is we're going to step out to the left and block with the left hand. All right, you're in a horse stance. Your left hand comes straight across and pushes out of the way. Immediately from there, I'm going to take my arm that's behind me, my right arm, and my right arm is going to come low and elbow the person in the rib cage. And you've moved to a front stance. So we're in a horse stance first, shift into a front stance, elbow forward, and now you're going to elbow backward, but more to the side, backward over here, because the person's body is right about here. We hit them on the way forward, hit them on the way back. All right, so go back to ready position. One more time with me. Step forward, horse stance, left foot, left hand, right side, elbow in a front stance. Stay there for an elbow. Go back to ready position. We're going to go 3 times, each time going a little faster than the one before. Step forward, horse stance, front stance, elbow. Stay in the front stance, elbow. Back to ready position. Try number 2. Go. Horse, front, elbow. And full speed. Go. Tia. Good. Go back to attention. That was number 16, one-step sparring hand techniques. Now we're going to do number 17, one-step sparring hand techniques. Start from a ready position. Now the person is going to punch at your face. I want you to step back away from them with the right side. Use your left hand and do an inside-outside knife hand, just like number 8, one steps. Or step back, block from here. Now, I call this paper, scissors, rock, even though we're not supposed to say paper, scissors, rock out loud. The first hand is paper. If you know the game of rock, paper, scissors, paper, scissors beats paper. So now take your backhand, do a 2-finger spear hand. Basically, poke them in the eyes. We call it a 2-finger spear hand, not a 2-finger eye poke, right? So scissors. What beats scissors? Make a fist, turn your hand in, rock. But this is actually called a back fist, and you're going to hit the back of your fist, the side of their face. Some people move forward with it to go after the person. If I poked you in the eyes, you might move back. So if I needed to follow you and go with it, I can. Some people turn that into a cross-leg stance. All right, so go back to ready position. Let's do number 7 again. Step back, block. 17. Step back, block. 2-finger spear hand. Then a back fist with the same hand. Good. Now let's do 3 times with me. Each one going a little faster. Step back, knife hand. 2-finger spear hand. Back fist. Go back to ready position. A little faster. Go. Block. 2. Back fist. And go back. Full speed, go. Tia. And go back to ready position. And that was number 17, one-step sparring, hand technique. Good, now we're going to work on some jumping front kicks. Jumping front kicks are called Idan Apchaki. Apchaki is front kick, and the Idan means jumping. So Idan Apchaki means jumping front kick. Idan actually means two parts or two parts. So there's two parts of the jumping front kick. If anybody's seen The Karate Kid, they know about putting your hands up, picking your foot up, and jumping and kicking. All right, we do the same thing, but with our hands out like this. It's much more safe to keep and has more balance and strength to put your hands up. But what I want you to do is start from your ready position. All right, pick one of your legs to pick up. Whichever leg you're really good at balancing on, pick that foot up. So we're going to pick our foot up just like this. All right, once we're standing on one leg, all right, your hands are up for extra balance and pressure, right? And then what's going to happen is the leg that's up, I want you to practice lifting up in the air, up and down. Just go up and down a couple times. Now I want you, as you lift your knee up, to kind of do what we call a calf raise and push yourself up in the air. So your knee and your toes come up. Good. One more. Good. Now you're going to do the same exact thing, but when it lifts up, you're actually going to jump and land on the same foot. Just like that. Do it again. One more time. Good. Now all you have to do is while you're up in the air like that, while you're already in the air, you're just going to kick, front kick with the other foot. It's pretty simple, but the thing that most people have a problem with is they go up in the air and then they come down and then they try to kick. All right. I want while you're up in the air to just kick. So put your hands up, jump 1, 2, and kick 3. Just like that. That's a jump front kick. One more time. Pick your foot up, jump 1, kick. Good. Now pick your foot up. I'm just going to say go. You're going to kick. Ready, set, go. Just like that. Now let's switch. Let's do the other side. Pick your leg up. All right. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to do it on the same side as you again. All right. I'm going to go the same side as you. What I want you to do is I want you to push up, 2, and now kick. Good. One more time. Pick it up. Jump 1, 2, and kick. Good. And last time, I'm going to say go. Just pick your foot up and just jump kick. Ready, set, go. Looking good. That's called a jumping front kick. It's called Idan Apchaki, not to be confused with a Dea Apchaki, which is a different type of jumping front kick, and we're going to do that a different time. All right, the form that we're working on today is Pyongan Sadan. Pyongan Sadan is Pyongan form number 4. Now I know that we've worked on the other two parts of it. We worked on two parts of it. I did split it up. Part 1 is in Monday's video. Part 2 is in Tuesday's video. If you need to go back and learn those parts of the forms piece by piece, you should go back to those videos, scroll through, find them, and practice those. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the form 3 different ways. The first way, I'm going to go move by move with a kind of a relatively in-depth explanation of each step and what we're doing. The second time through, I'm just going to go through with a little faster, telling you what the move is up to the end of the 2 parts. And then the last time, it'll just be a normal pace that I would like you to be able to get through by yourself. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to turn sideways. All right. Make sure you have enough room around you. Let's turn sideways. Let's all face the same way so it'll be easier to follow along with me than trying to look at me and mirror, and I don't have to do it backward and confuse everybody. So put your feet together, hands by your side. Let's start off, do a chumbi. All right, so the form is Pyongan Sadan. It's Pyongan form number 4. Start with your hands down in a fighting stance. Pull your hands up, pull across 1. Now put your hands straight down. You're going to turn into a fighting stance facing the other way. Put your hands up, 2. Stepping forward with the left side, all right? The way that we started the form off, we're going to step that way with the left foot. Put your right hand on top and do a low X block. From here, you're going to step into a fighting stance with the right side. Put your right hand up more. Left hand supports for a 2-hand block in a fighting stance. All right. Now you're going to move your foot the back foot to the front. All right. You're going to chamber the hand that's here is just going to fold over to a top chamber position, and this hand pulls back to your side chamber 1. We're going to switch and go to the other side. And when we do that, we're going to lift our left foot up into a chamber position for a side kick. And then once we're here, we're going to side kick and back fist with the same foot and hand. Once I land, I can land more in like a side stance or a horse stance position. But as I open up that hand, the hand that back fist, it opens up. I'm going to turn my whole body into a front stance, go in this direction. All right. So I take my right arm and hit my left. The next move is really important that we do is we turn into a fighting stance and look the other way. So I go from a fighting stance and I turn and I look. My right hand is now chambered up near my shoulder. My left hand is down here. Now I'm going to put my feet together. I'm still facing the way we started the form. My feet are together, and I'm going to chamber my hands across. One, so my left hand's on top. And when I switch the second time, I pick my right foot up. Now we're going to do a side kick and back fist with the right foot and right hand. At the end, I land, open up my right hand. I bring it in so my left arm can elbow strike. From here, I'm going to shift into a front stance this way at the same time as my left hand goes up over my head and my right hand chops the person that's in front of me in the neck. So I'm going to turn, block, and chop in a front stance. All of my toes, hips, shoulders, head, everything is facing this direction. My left hand is up, my right hand is here. I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to front kick, rechamber it. I'm going to jump onto it and immediately slide my left foot back. Now my hands were up. I make them in a fist here, and then I chamber my left hand as my right hand, back fist straight down. And that's the two parts of the form that we worked on Monday and Tuesday. Like I said, if you need to go back and relearn those, please do that. But now we're going to go through the form just a little bit faster. All right, start from ready position. First move, fighting stance, 1. Turn, fighting stance, 2. Step forward, left side, low block, X block. Step forward, 2-hand whip. Chamber, chamber, side kick, back fist. Open up, elbow. Turn, chamber, fighting stance. Look. Feet together, chamber. Switch chamber, foot up. Side kick, back fist. Elbow. Choppy thingy. Jump, back fist. All right, and that's the second time through the form. The next time we're going to do this. Last time, I'm going to go through at a normal speed. I'm just going to count the numbers, and that hopefully you can stay together just by following the numbers. Do a ready position. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And there's a key up right there. Tia. All right, so we've gone through all three portions of the form, or all through the form 3 ways. Again, if you need to go back and learn them piece by piece, I gave a way bigger explanation on Monday and Tuesday. Part 1 was on Monday. Part 2 is on Tuesday. And then if you're good enough to follow along with a little bit of instruction, watch the first part. If you're good at that and you think you can follow along, but you still need a reminder about which move is which, follow through on the second time. And hopefully, right, by next week, you'll be able to get through this part of the form, or this much of the form, 2 parts, by following along with that third way we just did today, just by the number, all right? Because if you can do that, then we can focus on learning the next part and adding to this next week, all right? So go back in this video to the beginning of each section, part 1, part 2, part 3, and make sure you can get through at least the second or third section by the end of this week, by the beginning of next week. All right, good luck. All right, today's challenge is I want you to do what's called a wall sit. A wall sit is where you use a wall to sit down. I'm going to move backward and show you against my wall. Make sure you find a wall that's safe for you to use. Make sure your parents are okay with you touching it, leaning against it, pushing it. You might have to go outside. You could even use a tree or something outside. But what I want you to do is I want you to put your back up against the wall. I want you to put your feet kind of far apart and far away from the thing and the wall. And then I want you to bend your knees. Now, you're two rules. You're not allowed to touch your knees or your legs at all. Your hands have to be up or wherever you want them, right? As long as they're not touching your legs, and that has to be straight across. If you need to put a book down on your leg to make sure that it's you're down low enough, that's fine. I just know some people will start to get tired, and this doesn't count, right? Your rear end needs to be as low or beneath your knees, and you're going to stay for this as long as possible. I want to know how many seconds you can stay before it's too much and you have to give up. All right, good luck.